At Instrument, we are a creative agency and we have a number of different client services teams, and each team is its own business unit. So it's a little bit of a specialized structure for an agency. So at that time, we used a spreadsheet and we had weekly columns, and then we had all the names in the rows. We had some conditional formatting so you could show if some weeks were over, some weeks were under. And every week the producers would come together and look at that spreadsheet and move folks around to make sure that they're on the right projects and use that spreadsheet to staff them up. But it was obviously not very scalable and certainly not visible to the agency at large. And so we were growing to the size that our leadership at the time said, hey, we need to have a centralized tool that is visible to all to help to even out these ebbs and flows that are natural occurrences of teams, because each team has a different client mix. And based on that client's fiscal year, one fiscal year may be ending as the other may be midstream. So one team may just naturally have less work at one time where another would have more work. A team opens staffing requests and says, hey, we need a designer, front-end developer, and a senior strategist. We don't have them on team. And so first, our staffing team is going to look internally for an internal fill to make sure that we're running a really efficient company. And they'll use floats reporting and also the schedule view just to kind of cruise through those roles to understand who might be available. And so they'll use tentative, if they see a resource that's tentatively allocated, they'll reach out to that team lead, the resource manager on that team, and say, hey, what's the probability that this is going to land? Could we consider this person for this open role? And then they have a conversation about that. So tentative is an important signal to our staffing team, but also, our internal teams that, hey, the deal's closing, but this person hasn't been fully locked in for that role just yet. So we implemented Float, and we 100% couldn't have run an effective business based on that model without it. It really is the central resource for understanding availability holistically across the studio in a scalable way.